Hey, Road Trippers. It's your Road Trippin fam here. ALLIE, CLIFTON, Channing, FRYE, Richard Jefferson. And we would love to tell you about a product that we personally use every single day and we love. If you follow us on social media, if you follow the podcast, whether watching or listening, I'm sure you know exactly where we're headed with this. It's called Athletic Greens, AG1. We all take it, love it. 1 scoop and 8 ounces of water. We'll tell you a little bit about it, but first, guys, you're still using it every single day. Packets, scoop in the water, on the go.
Scoop it and dupe it.
Scoop it and dupe it, huh?
Scoop it and chug it.
Scoop it and chug it. That's how we like to do it. Huh, Richard?
Sometimes when things are going well.
Rich, you were actually just traveling for a week.
That's the only thing, honestly.
Did you take your AG1 with you?
The only thing that kind of keeps me regimented, because sometimes the workouts come and go on the road. Sometimes the eating healthy comes and goes on the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the 2 things that are the first thing that go. But like, if you can keep a healthy, packet, just something that kind of keeps you going, so you're not eating Starbucks coffee and cheddar sandwiches every freaking morning on the road. Like, so that's what I do. I have that as my breakfast. I'm good. I keep it pushing.
So it gives you a peace of mind, packed with 75 high quality vitamins, minerals, whole food, source superfoods, and even probiotics. I'm a big fan because I have been able to eliminate every other daily vitamin in pill form, which is nice. Opening every single bottle and making sure I'm taking the correct ones. It's all in 1 packet or 1 scoop. Again, we love it. And with season coming, Channing's getting back on the road as well. It's just that daily assurance for us. So to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you 1 free year supply of immune supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin and take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance today. Again, go to athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin and get started today. Welcome to this edition of Road Trippin with RJ and Channing. I'm your host, ALLIE, CLIFTON. And Channing is ready to just dive full force into it. We've talked a lot in the past couple of weeks about the NFL fantasy football leagues that are going on. And I logged on today and Channing was in the middle of his draft, currently still is, right?
Yep. I got to get my bench going. Yep. What in the world, Richard?
I'm going to clean my screen.
Man, fantasy basketball is so wild because guys that are really, really good don't necessarily get bid for the most, right? Like guys like Kawhi, I think is going to have a great year, but he's not playing. How many games is he going to play, right? So guys who are usually healthier and could give you a consistent amount of numbers go for a higher rank than guys who may sit out a week, sit out a month, whatever it is, and then come back and play, even though they're better, right? So like consistency over the year is huge.
Can you give us your team, or is that a secret?
Right now,
what's your team name?
So first one, Snotty Drippins.
Sick.
That makes me laugh every time. So I got Luka. So I paid $64 for Luka out of 200, right? So he looks in shape. He has better players around him. I'm taking my chance on Luka, and he rebounds well as a guard. So and he shoots good free throws. John Morant, I think he's going to have a great early beginning of the season because he's going to have to do more, and I think he wants to be in the MVP race. And then Keegan Murray.
Hang on a second. How much did you take Ja for?
$42, which is crazy. That's a steal.
Ja missed a lot of time.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I feel like he's going to be there. And another guy's team name that I've kind of been stealing on my guys is called the Hebrew Hammer. Which absolutely kills me. It's
Obviously,
so funny.
It tickles you quite a bit.
It tickles me. And then I got Joel Embiid. So I took a chance on him 2 years ago or a year ago, and I won. So I'm taking a chance on him again. I had to pay a pretty penny for him too.
How much?
For Joel Embiid?
$60. $63.
16,
Yo, how much? What's up with the rest of your roster?
200. I don't need. I mean, I got Keegan Murray.
You're going with a
13.
big three. You're going with a big three.
Yeah, because they rebound, they shoot a good percentage, and then they also get assists. So for me, that's like a plus. And then all I need now is rebounders. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see.
Hang on.
God, what is his name?
Can
I think
I ask
Laurie
you a
Markkanen is
question?
going to be good. Yeah.
Did he just give us an obvious answer? Isn't fantasy
What was
off
it?
of rebounds, assists, and points?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, because
But
they
see-
rebound well, they assist well, and they can shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in
Well
our
done,
league,
Channing.
if you
Well
get
done.
guys who are jackers, you get more negative points. So somebody's just shooting like James Harden is tough some years. Like when he was in Houston, he could have 40, but yet he was 1 for or 2 for 20 because he's getting to the free throw line.
Yeah.
So like all that evens itself out. So you got to like pick real basketball players. Like Bam was the first pick because of him getting
Oh,
blocks,
wow.
rebounds, assists. Yeah, and his consistency.
Bam
I
was
think
the
Bam's
first
getting
pick.
a breakout year. Yeah,
How
Yeah, I've never
do you
done
play fantasy basketball? No.
No.
it's great.
I barely play fantasy football, as you can tell.
Clearly, we learned that.
I
Having said that, Channing, how much do you have to change every single day? You have to play that
No,
every single
once
day?
a week. Once a week.
Oh.
Like fantasy football. And that's where the consistency of having a player. And so, not to get nerdy, but if your guy is going to miss 3 or 4 games, you change him out because he's basically missing the week. And so if you know a guy's on a hot streak, you want to keep him in when he has like 4 games in a week, right? Because you'll get extra points. So it all makes it's interesting. It's just watching all the games.
Should I join a fantasy basketball league?
Yes, it's a lot of
What
fun.
would your name
Richard.
be?
What would my name be? Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Mikhail
I had a
Bridges
bunch
went
of-
for
Did
$8.
Richard just wake up
Damn
from
it.
a nap?
Yeah. For
No.
something.
I was trying to think to myself, what would my name be? And all the inappropriate things came out.
Like what?
Give us one.
Yeah,
and we'll
yeah,
move
no.
on.
No.
Richard would like to keep his
Exactly.
job. All right, guys. How's everything else going?
Your life is great.
Life is
Shaking
great.
and
Life's
moving.
good.
Yeah. Oh God, we're chilling.
Well,
we're
we're
good.
about to not be because the regular season.
Chan,
Yeah. Oh,
Jen,
yeah.
Do you know where Allie is?
Yeah. She's in
Where's she?
Toledo.
No, I'm
No,
not
just kidding. She's in
actually.
Detroit.
No.
No.
Detroit Lake,
Ask her.
No.
Ask her where she's at, Channy.
Michigan.
I am in
That's
Michigan.
not an asking her question.
Oh, she's at her
Stop.
second house.
Oh,
You're
can we give a shout
I am
out
at the
to
lake.
Allie? We're gonna give a shout out to Allie, first time home buyer. Congratulations, Allie. These are things that should be applauded. You've been
Take a sip of that red
grinding,
cup, Allie. Take a
You
sip.
know,
Right?
just
Thank God it only took me 34 years to
congratulations.
figure it out.
Yes. Yes. And it's, you see, she's got the red cup. Those are the only cups she has in her house. That
It is
paper
freezing
cup.
cold. It is 50 degrees. But there are people out on the lake skiing right now. We took our
Yeah.
dock and our boats out for winterization. My brother almost lost his feet from hypothermia. But
Oh.
we're Gucci
Going
over here.
down.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Ooh,
So if you guys
hella
ever wanna come,
Gucci.
Feel free. You'd fit in just well. I know it.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Having said that, I
Take
do
a
have a flight
drink.
to catch to get back to LA because, you still remember. Yeah. Take a drink. Because the regular season begins this week. Things open up on Tuesday. And so we thought we would do this week. We did kind of the conference breakdown a couple weeks ago when we were in Vegas based off of odds. And so we thought this time around we would put a little spin on it and we would do NBA player previews based off of odds. So we have a couple different categories and I want you guys to kind of break it down. Give your thoughts. You like that? How do you think about that?
I love
How do you
it.
feel about that? Are we ready? Let's dive into this.
Yes.
We're going to start with Rookie
do
of the Year.
Ooh.
According to this, Paolo Banchero is the favorite from obviously the Orlando Magic at 2-1. Keegan Murray, who you have on your team with Sacramento, guard 5-1. Jaden Ivey from the Pistons 5-1 as well. Jabari Smith with the Houston Rockets 6-1, and an Arizona alum. Benedict
Yeah, I'm about to say, where's my guy
Mathurin.
Ben?
There he is. 9-1 odds.
He's a sleeper.
So-
He's a sleeper. That's the guy I'm picking. He's the one he just
No
had like
way.
20. Yeah, he just had like 20 something already in a preseason game, was windmilling. Like, He's going to get a lot of minutes. They're not planning on winning. Like, he's going to get and I think Paolo, what he's going to do is going to be a little bit, I don't want to say not structured, but it's going to be a little bit more, trying to fit in with, Suggs, and he's going to be a dominant player. But I don't know. I think
I got Orlando being 10th in the East this year.
10th.
Yeah.
Are you saying that as an upgrade, or are you saying that is a good thing as a bad thing?
Upgrade. Yeah, I'm saying they're going to be.
You're like, because you're like, man, you know what? I don't have them last. I got them 10th this year.
Exactly. Right? Hey, they're not going to be last.
So you're not going with the odds makers and picking Paolo?
No. I think Sacramento is going to be better this year because they have an all-star in Sabonis. I think that they're going to, Keegan Murray is going to get an opportunity to fill in a role, and they're going to be excited. So I'm going to go with Keegan Murray because he's on my fantasy team.
Speaking of Keegan Murray, I was giving these to my brother downstairs before, and Corn Dog picked Keegan Murray. Said he was silky smooth. He was.
I do like Jabari Smith though. He nice too though. He nice.
Which one are you looking forward to see?
He's not going to touch the ball enough. You don't know if he's going to touch the ball enough.
True.
Jabari Smith.
Love it.
Yeah, he's got Jalen Green, he's got Porter Jr.
Yes, a lot.
He's got some scorers down there with him, and rightfully so. Those guys are trying to figure out themselves. Like, those guys are scorers. I'm not saying that in a negative saying, but I just like they're all going to be out there figuring it out. But what they do is scoring. He's more of a basketball player.
Okay,
very well.
Defensive player of the year. Rudy Gobert's 4-1. Bam
Evan
Adebayo,
Mobley.
And Robert Williams. Not even on this, Channing.
Bam
Adebayo and Robert Williams both 7-1. Giannis 9-1. Dre 10-1. AD, Marcus Smart, and Mikal Bridges all around 15-1. Not even Evan Mobley. You're going with Evan Mobley.
He's on there. Yeah,
he's not on there.
Absolutely.
Wow. Defensive player of the year?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, there's a level of dominance that's needed.
I think here's why. I think it's easier to play good defense when you get better shots up. I think the fact that Donovan Mitchell is going to be another go-get-a-bucket guy, and it's easier to set your defense when the ball is coming out of the basket instead of I think with his versatility, he's going to be number one. They're going to be seen more than most other teams. They're going to be on a lot more big games. I think the level of competition is going to be, not that it's different, but it is different when people put you in top 4 of the Eastern Conference. Most people have them top 4. Mm-hmm. So I think more people are going to say, holy crap, look at this second-year guy. He's guarding guards. He's guarding big men. He's running up and down the floor. He's getting steals. He's getting blocks. So I'm going with Evan Mobley.
I think
he's gotten a little bigger.
I think Evan Mobley can be all defensive team. I think because Jared Allen,
if he didn't get hurt, he would have been.
But I'm saying, Jared Allen is also such a very good defender that I think if they're, I'm saying that will hurt, because no different than how Williams, when Williams got hurt and Marcus Smart, right? They were kind of splitting votes, right? As like, and then he went out. Marcus maintained their defense. They kind of tweaked some things, and it was like, it's just hard, I think, if you're going to split. And I think Jared Allen's going to be somebody I'm going to say Anthony Davis. I'm going to say Anthony Davis from this standpoint. Hear me out. It's more of a like.
What's in the cup?
I'm for this. And it's not because he's on the team. I'm for this, and it's not because he's on the team that I cover.
I have been critical of the performance, but I'm critical of the numbers, not the person, right? The numbers are what we talk about. Yes. I don't know. I think if he plays like he's capable of, then let's go see it. Let's go see it. That's all I'm saying. It's like if he doesn't get back to that level, then the Lakers are done. Like, they have no chance if he doesn't get that. So it's like, I'm going to bet that the Lakers aren't done yet.
Ooh.
Look, I had the question to, which we're actually going to get a tweet of yours to yours, Richard. To a tweet of yours, Richard. Use your words, Allie, in a moment. But before I do that, Channing, I will say this. At Media Day, when we had him on the desk, he mentioned a goal of his was play all 82. but he followed that up with, and get back to the elite level player that I can be. Do you think he has that in him?
At this age,
If he's
no.
available.
And then, no, here's why. Here's why I say no. One, when he was playing elite defense, he was also playing with Drew Holiday, who kept a lot of the kept a lot of the basketballs above the free throw line. Now, Anthony Davis in himself is a absolute specimen on both sides of the floor. But that was young Anthony Davis. That was like 20 pounds lighter Anthony Davis.
2020 Channing, 2020 Davis that won a championship.
2020 was that one thing. Yes, you could say that. Yes, they were amazing. Look who was guarding. Look who his guards were. Look who was helping him be that way on defense. You can't. Marcus Smart is amazing because he not only does his role consistently, he does it and makes everyone else better. Even if Anthony Davis plays perfect defense, he still has sort of older guys around him that may not have the energy that a young team like the Boston Celtics or like when Giannis won, that big old team that he had to work with was on a string. I'm just saying it's not necessarily Anthony Davis. I'm saying it's the help around him that need to have that kind of mentality to make him be Defensive Player of the Year.
He needs better defenders around him.
Correct. KCP is very underrated. Caruso's underrated.
Yeah.
Rondo's underrated when he was healthy. When Braun is locked in on that side of the floor with AD, with KCP, with Caruso, it looks crazy. And Dwight Howard was in there causing shit. Like, look at the defensive team. That's why they were so hard to guard. It was just like, don't fuck up your assignment.
It wasn't just because he was an elite defender. It was like their team was an elite defensive team.
And he was, because all he had to do was his job with his talent.
Is this a team award, so to speak? Like, is this award based off of team?
For sure.
Yeah. Because you're not going to get it if your team is on the 14th ranked defensive team.
Look at Miles Turner. Miles Turner is one of the best defenders in the league at times, and he don't get no love because you're like, well, what are you defending? Y'all losing. What are you defending? You got to win, and your team got to be good.
Yeah,
I know winning matters for all awards. I get that part. I guess I'm just saying, like, where do you have to rank defensively? Is that what you saw around Rudy for the last how many years with him winning the Defensive Player of the Year in Utah?
Yes. Yeah. Their whole
how much of it is the defender themselves versus the team as a whole defensively?
There's schemes involved too. It's like we know that the entire Utah Jazz defensive scheme is to run you off the 3-point line and send you into Rudy. Do not foul you and make sure we don't swipe down because Rudy's back there. Don't go for a block. Don't do anything stupid because Rudy's back there. Just don't let the guy straight line you. Don't let the guy have a clear shot. Just make sure that you guard him that one step and allow Rudy to do Rudy. Then he leads the league in rebounding like he did. So like all of there with that scheme, they're a top 5 ranked defensive team, if not the number 1 ranked defensive team on certain years. So you're like using that scheme with that man as the hub that gets him the award multiple times.
Right. Think about some of the other Defensive Player of the Year awards. Like, let's go to Marc Gasol. Like, the literal name of their team was Grindhouse. They had Tony Allen, first team all defense, right? Zebo was solid on defense. They had Tayshaun Prince for a time. They had like all these, Mike Conley. They had all these guys that literally were like, Mark just has to do his job with his talent, and he's going to just be great at what he's doing. He's going to help us. We're already a good team. When he's there and he's active, he's making us that much better, which I think is the reason why the Defensive Player of the Year sometimes is not just about stats. It's about schemes and players around you. So
Draymond Green.
I don't know if Anthony did. Yes.
Like Draymond Green.
I just find the award thing to be, and I'm hearing you guys and you persuaded me. Thank you. But at the same time, I find it so ironic that when you talk about the MVP, you can actually get hurt when trying to win that award because you're next to elite teammates. Yeah. You know, and so to your point of how you break down, defense is different. Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get to your thought, Rich, about what you said, I believe you're referring to a tweet that you just put out after the Laker game, possibly. The other night, but you have something before the tip that you want to give us a little heads up on.
Before the season gets tipped off this week, I just want to jump into Before the Tip presented by our friends at Athletic Greens. And look, before the season even starts. I don't care about a single player that is in the NBA. All I care about is Wembanyama. So join the Wembanyama watch with me. Join it with me. Come on. Who's gonna get the number one pick? I care about the bottom 3 teams. That's what I'm gonna be watching all year long. That's Before the Tip, presented by Athletic Greens. Tip off every day the right way. Visit athleticgreens.com/road tripping today. Take ownership over your health and pick up the gosh darn it. Visit athleticgreens.com/road tripping today. Take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. That's athleticgreens.com/road tripping.
Well done. What are you calling it? Webby Watch? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Webby Watch, Wembanyama watch.
Wembanyama Watch. Say that 75 times fast.
75.
Okay, so after you're before the tip, how about this, Rich? Was I correct? You think that Anthony Davis, how this correlates, you're going to break it down for us. He could be Defensive Player of the Year because you think that they're not done. The Lakers are not done. Why do you think that?
Because there's no way to honestly look at that roster with those 2 picks and think that you're going to waste a year of LeBron James. You're not going to. Like, those picks, he didn't sign multi-year extensions. He's not going to just go through this entire year losing again for whatever. There's going to be a move at some point in time, right, before the season's over. There's going to. I don't think there's a basketball mind that doesn't think that. So I'm not saying anything new, but that's why I don't think they're done. So I can't judge them off of what I see right now, because I don't think that this is going to be their team. If they, people were talking about the Miles Turner, Buddy Hield trade. If they get that, all of a sudden now Anthony Davis has the 5 next to him that he dreams about. That's very good defensively, and he gets to move to the 4. They both can, like, Miles Turner shoots threes. He's a stretch 5. Like, he can knock down jumpers. He increases their shooting and their spacing. And then Buddy Hield increases their shooting and spacing. Miles Turner also increases their defense. But the Lakers, they feel like they might be able to get something better out of there if the first 20 games don't go well for the Nets. If first, there's some Draymond drama. Who knows what's going on in Phoenix? Like they feel like there's a couple of things out there that are floating that maybe a better deal can pop up. They're not going to allow it to get to the trade deadline. They're not going to allow it to get that far. But they're going to give it like 10, 15 games before they pull the trigger.
They, as in the Lakers, feel that there's something better out there. Could potentially.
It's easier.
That's why you haven't done it yet.
It's easier. So no team wants to be in the middle, especially not this year. Nobody, unless you're like Orlando or Detroit, where you have those young guys that, like, this is my core.
Overachieved.
Overachieved, right? So, but all those teams that have, like, let's say the Wizards are underachieving. They're like, why would we want to be in the middle of the pack? Why not just be bad, trade those, get some more picks, and maybe rebuild? So teams that are in between are going to be like more willing to blow it up than we've ever seen before. And the Lakers are like, well, why don't you start early instead of waiting all that time? So they're like, we'll take that all-star off your hands. You take ours, probably sit them, and then here's some picks. And thank you for helping us out.
Yeah. So
interesting.
I just don't think that I don't think they're done. So it's hard to judge them off of this. And I hope that their energy just felt off last game, right? Oh. The last game, their energy felt off.
Well,
just don't have the Kings. Their last game, you're saying?
Yeah, their last game. Yeah, their last game, their energy felt off. Okay. Right? It's just
I just don't know what they are or what they like are trying to do. I feel like they're trying to piecemeal it, and they're being professional, but it's like each one of them has earned the respect to go, why is it not going through me? Or why am I not like the main guy? And then each of them is trying to like work with somebody else that sort of does what they do a little bit, right? It's like Russ needs the ball in his hand. Bron needs the ball in his hands. But Patrick Beverley needs the ball in his hands. Then AD needs to get the ball X amount of times. Like it's just so many things that just don't fit correctly. There's not enough elite role players for me that make sense. There needs to be guys that go like Dorian Finney-Smith. I'm going to get 5 shots, 4 of them are threes, and I'm going to play defense, and I'm going to be perfectly happy, and I'm going to give $90 million.
And to that point, obviously, when you're bringing in a new coaching staff and you're putting all of these guys together, just a handful of guys return, right? So you're trying to make everything fit, as you mentioned. For Russ specifically, how hard is that on a player when you're balancing that aspect, and then obviously the narrative and the expectations and the constant eyeballs and what's being exposed due to social media and et cetera? What is it that you guys feel he is? I mean, is that even realistic for a player to be able to be successful in that?
No, this is not an environment for success for Russ, because
hell no.
And I say this and is like, there's certain ways, right? Like you can either just sit back and take it. You don't want to play me. You don't want to do this. Like that's not a great player's mentality. It's not Carmelo's. It's not his. It's not a great player's mentality to just say, just to concede, right? It goes to the complete opposite of that. But also, like, he can't perform at a level that will make him, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't like perform. I don't know if he can physically play to a place that would make like the situation better. So it's like, okay, look, if he shoots 35% from 3 and he doesn't turn the ball over and he shoots, makes good decisions and blah, blah, blah. If he does that, then we're going to be fine. I don't know if he's capable of playing in this situation, in this team. I don't know if he's capable of doing that. So he can't even perform his way to be a positive situation. So, you can't, so you're not going to sit back and take it, and you can't perform your way out of it. You're in the worst possible place. You're just like, what do you do?
Yeah.
It's just like, how good can a grilled piece of chicken get, right? It's just like, it's just grilled chicken with no seasoning. But like, you gotta put things around him. What I'm saying is this: the expectations are, what does he do, and how can he do it that will help this team affect winning? And nothing that he can do is what the Lakers need. Oh, do you need a point guard? Oh, sorry, LeBron. Do you need someone to attack the basket? Oh, LeBron and AD. Do you need emotional leader? Patrick Beverley. So do you need a rebounder? Oh, you have 3 7-footers. So like for me, it's like, what can he go, you guys need me? In reality, if you're just looking, not say other teams may need all of that. Like the Wizards needed all of that. And people were like, dude, we love Russ and we see it. At times, the Houston Rockets needed all of that. The Lakers, the acquisition of him, you're just like, oh, we didn't really need that. Like you bought that extra sweater and it's 9 degrees outside. You're like, I didn't really need that. Maybe later I might need it. But it just to me, just didn't work. It's just not the right place. Put him on a team that's going to look at him and rely on him to win 41 games, not on a team with 2 other all-stars who do need and demand the ball and who are younger. Well, AD's younger. And then you're like, maybe we don't need that. And then he gets exposed. And he's trying his hardest, but all of a sudden he turned into a jump shooter. It's like, God, poor guy.
Well, it doesn't have the athleticism to get past and finish the same way, which is not a bad thing. It's a natural basketball decline.
There's
it's
also no spacing, Richard. It's
yeah,
not like,
that's what I'm saying. They don't have shooting. Yeah, he doesn't even have the spacing around him that he needs to work. He needs shooting right around him. So it's like,
for sure.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
That can't be fun. It can't be fun because even if he had 40, they're going to clip him throwing that bitch off the backboard one time. And then that's what's going to be. So they don't even, it sucks. It sucks. And listen, he is a pro.
And Allie, you've been in crypto.com arena when like he starts the game and like if he misses one jump shot, you can hear the air leave the room. Like, and you're like
every single move he makes.
Yes.
Every single move. And to be honest,
move.
I don't think it's always fair to him.
It's not
kind
fair.
of as you mentioned.
It's definitely
kind
not
of as
fair.
you mentioned, we are sitting here because we are meant as broadcasters to not criticize, but discuss, break down the numbers. And instead, it's been taken to a whole nother degree that I believe is unfair for him. And so obviously you'll see this all come to fruition, whether he's on the team or not, as things tip off very soon. So that's something everyone will be
I
watching.
will say that it is unfair, but he has also contributed to this environment. Like I don't want to turn him into like this victim. Like he's contributed to this, but the amount that it is unfair.
Right.
That
he's not going to back down. So the more that he does this,
and
the more it
escalates. Back
down. He's not backing down from shit. And so he's like, man, fuck y'all. And they're like, well, fuck you. Hey, what's your name? Herbert. Fuck you, Herbert.
Fuck you, Herbert.
That dog commercial? I love that.
Yeah, oh, so funny.
All right, guys, before we get to our final two, which would be sixth man and MVP, I have something that we should all discuss because our next partner has a product that we're personally using every day. We're all taking Athletic Greens. Yes, we are, because we want more energy, better immune systems, and we simply just got tired of taking pills and vitamins. I've been on the road for the last couple of days. I've also had an ear infection, and I've needed my immune system to be the top of the top.
Are you an adult?
You guys?
Yeah.
I know, right? I
Adults get ear infections? You can hit that with a little Q-tip. Come on, girl.
Yeah, I don't wish it on anyone.
Chickenpox.
Stop it. I got that as a child. Massive oatmeal bass. Having said that, did you guys take your Athletic Greens today? You still love it?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Thanks.
That's how I
so obviously, in case you don't know what it's all about, it's basically 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, AG1, into 8 ounces of water. It's packed with 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food, source superfoods, and even probiotics. And we are all about it. We love it. We push it every single time. We take it every day. It's simple and easy. And so to make it easy for you, Athletic Greens is going to give you 1 free year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. They're so easy. Just throw them in your bag on the way you go. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin, take ownership over your health, and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Again, go to athleticgreens.com/roadtrippin and get started today. Clearly, I took mine because I have a lot of energy. Having said that, 6-man player preview. I know, right? Here we go.
That was impressive.
That's why I said I can help you out anytime you want me to do your reads for you, Rich.
Jeez.
I'm just kidding.
Gosh.
You're amazing.
No,
Sixth Man of the Year award. Jordan Poole and Tyler Hero, both favorites at 5-1. How about this one? Malcolm Brogdon. Shouldn't he be starting? Anthony Simons and Bones Highland all around 15-1. Jordan Clarkson 18-1. And hey, our guy, Kevin Love. 25-1.
Boo.
Boo.
They're just
Boo the shit out of that guy.
Boo. Malcolm Brogdon, really quickly, Malcolm Brogdon. This is why Malcolm Brogdon should start. Their biggest issue last year was turning over the ball. They were turning over the ball. It was like some decision-making issues. And it's not, look, they did the best that they could. They went to the finals, but like their numbers when they turned the ball over more than 14 times was X versus when it was under. That being said,
who does he start
why would you not start the person that's coming in to help fix that problem? Malcolm Brogdon was brought in.
Who's he starting over?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Let's. You can't say, "Oh, he should start" without having to remove somebody. We do this all the time.
You can.
To me,
you can put Jaylen Brown at the 4. You can put Jaylen Brown at the 4 because right now,
to guard who? Giannis?
Rich, hang on.
What?
Rich,
teams go small all the time. What?
Yeah. You finish so that we can hear your thought.
Oh, teams go small all the time, like and play like a wing at the 4, right? All I'm saying is that like maybe you go small ball, like against the Warriors. That would like they start with Looney at the 5, and then they go Draymond at the 4, Wiggins at the 3. Like how would that not be a matchup? And that's going to be the best team in the league this year by far. They looked good. Wiseman, like Poole, those boys look good. They got a ghetto bird above us. Sorry.
We don't hear anything.
And Channing, you don't think so?
No. I think Malcolm Brogdon is a very good player, but has had a lot of injuries. When you put all your best players in your starting 5, it does not leave room for your bench. When Marcus Smart comes out, when somebody comes out, now you're inserting someone that has been a rookie of the year that can take advantage of that second unit, and that's going to keep the pace of the game alive. If you have all 5 and you wear them all out, you're not giving them an opportunity for like Jaylen Brown to pop off or for, Brogdon to pop off, because Jason Tatum needs the ball a lot to be effective. So when I bring Brogdon in, he's making Peyton Pritchard look good. He's making Robert Williams look good. He's making Al Horford look good. But if he's all in the starting unit, it just, to me, you're just one flavor of ice cream instead of 4 or 5. Yeah.
He's the best point guard on their roster. He's the best point guard on their roster by far. They were missing a point guard. They needed a point guard. So even if he doesn't start, I could see him starting a bunch of games.
For sure.
See him starting a bunch of games. And I could see also, it's just he'll be the guy that's on the court finishing a lot of games. If he's healthy and doing what he's capable of, which we could see him on the court at the end of and that's really all that matters.
To me, it's like Andre Iguodala, right?
We're supposed to name our 6th man, Channing. We're supposed to name our 6th man. Who you got?
Yes, Malcolm Brogdon.
That's your 6th man of the year?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's why he didn't want him in the starting lineup, because he wants him as a 6 man.
It's a 6 man. See, Allie, thank you for getting to the truth. I'm like, why is this dude making it seem like it's crazy? Yeah,
he was ready for that one.
Mm-hmm.
I also forgot one. But
what? Who?
No, I'm sorry. I forgot a category. I thought you were done, Rich.
Okay.
You don't have anyone out of there?
No. Jordan Poole. They look good. They Wiseman.
That shit is popping. They moving different.
Kuminga, he just Steve Kerr kept saying that he just needs more experience. Understand this. He was it's unfair. He's like, Steph went to school for 3 years. Andre went to school for 2 years. Draymond went to school for 4 years with Izzo. Clay went to school for 3 years. He's like, I went to school for 3 years. He's like, we're looking at this kid. This kid would be a sophomore in college right now. Yeah, right? Wow. So it's like he just needs more reps. He needs more experience. And that's what's tough, is that you're grading them at such a young age when all of us weren't graded the same way and everyone turned out to be very, very good players. So it's it's an unfair balance of how you're grading these young players. But he's saying he's getting better. He just needs more time. As we all did. Steve Kerr went to school for 4 years.
Yeah, the best players from UVA went there 4 years.
9 championships. It's there was a value to it. Just the NCAA sucks. That's all.
Thoughts when you saw Jordan Poole's contract?
Yeah, it's about right.
Too late now. Doesn't matter. Get that check back.
Yeah, it's about right.
I mean, were you damn, good for you? Were you, obviously we're all, but were you right on the money? They got it right.
Well, I think he got more than Tyler Hero, and I thought that they were probably more on the comp together, right? Mm-hmm. Look, Tyler Hero went to the finals. Tyler Hero 6th man of the year. Tyler Hero, I just thought that their numbers were probably, look, if you got more than him, I'm just saying he got 1 million more or 5 million more or something, 10 million more than him. So, but I think that those two guys,
California taxes.
Those two are very comp together. They're very comp together.
Don't remind me.
I think
why
the
I bought a home
injection
in
of youth,
Michigan.
the injection of youth in the Golden State is something I don't know if I've ever seen done so well. If you take Steph, Draymond, and Clay, you're okay, what do you have? Jordan Poole, 6th man of the year. You have Wiseman, who is a freak young athlete. Kuminga, you have, and then a culture of winning, and Wiggins, who I think is 26.
Dante DiVincenzo. They
building, that's not bad. That is not bad. And these boys are super hyped to be with these guys and take advantage of this opportunity. It won't be around. So to have it's not just a group of old guys. It's older guys with this 19 to 20-year-olds who are playing at a crazy level. So it's awesome to watch.
I was going to say older guys that can still freaking hoop. This episode of Road Trippin is brought to you by Mendi. Mendi offers a line of safe and trusted hemp-derived CBD products. And I cannot skip out on the fact that this is a women-owned company. I know what you're thinking. Allie, wow, you've never sounded this hype when you're doing these reads. Well, it's because I had a full night's sleep last night. Before bed, I took some of Mendi's sleep tincture and slept through the entire night. I woke up with a ton of energy and was ready to roll. Even though I've been traveling nonstop and hosting NBA shows, almost every day for the past few weeks. Mendy's products are all natural for pain, sleep, stress, and energy. With Mendy, you have a choice between full spectrum and no THC. Mendy is a safe, inclusive choice if you're new to CBD. And oh, did I mention? They are women owned. Some things, they're worth saying twice. Listen up, road trippers. You can save 30% off your first Mendy purchase with this exclusive offer. Just enter the promo code Road Trippin at checkout. That's 30% off your first Mendy purchase when you enter the promo code Road Trippin at checkout today. Okay, most improved player. Anthony Edwards, 9-1.
Ooh, nah.
Tyrese Halliburton, 15-1. Zion, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett all around 20-1.
You notice how it's all. You notice how the number one pick, the number one pick, the number two pick. These are the guys. They're like, ooh, we're gonna go out on a limb here and say maybe RJ Barrett. Oh, the guy that was the number 3 pick. I think the most improved. There's an issue with that. I have an issue with that award. Don't give me the most improved is the rookie of the year that is now going to make a jump to an all-star game. That's a normal jump. That's a normal jump, a normal talent jump. Let's stop applauding. Like now, if you go from like not making the all-star game to being an MVP candidate, that's not a normal jump. But kind of like how like John Morant, that was a very big jump. But I still think that like when you're the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, the number 3 pick, these type of expected jumps shouldn't be like I don't want to say shouldn't be rewarded. I mean, we're applauding it like it's not 100% normal. That's why all of the people that you get to vote for right there are all top 3 picks, because those are the guys that are getting the awards, where I don't think that they should be the guys getting that most improved award. There's guys that like went from like 0 playing to 12 points a game. That's a much bigger, that's a like, you know, on a playoff team, someone along those lines.
God, and I hate that I forgot his name. Who's the 2 guard in Philly?
Maxey.
Yes.
Tyrese Maxey.
He's
really good.
Yes, it's my
really
most
good.
improved because James Harden's in shape and wants to come off that ball. Joel Embiid is like, I can't do it myself, right? I'll run myself ragged. And Tyrese Maxey's like really embracing that role of like, yo, I could go get a bucket too. I keep that thing on me too.
I would argue too that he probably has, especially out of all of these guys, the most expectations.
Yeah,
when it comes to winning as a whole.
If they're healthy, I have Philly number 1 or 2 with Milwaukee during the regular season.
Can we just kind of say this one more time? Golden State looks really good. Golden State looks really good. Like,
I mean, are you surprised?
Yes.
Well, no, because we haven't seen Wiseman. We hadn't seen Wiseman. So you're like, oh, they're adding the number 2 pick, right? Like Wiseman could be most improved.
But my point is they just won an NBA championship without the number 2 pick.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think.
Now I'm saying is that they added that. Kuminga looks like he's going to be able to contribute more this year. So it's like when the champions look better, like it's scary. You're like,
I was going to say, you want to say that they look scary, not that they look good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they look scary because I'm like,
is there anything else you want to get off your chest when it comes to the Warriors?
No. Why?
Okay. Well, I wanted to make sure you got everything you wanted, because obviously you called the game the other night. So like,
yeah, I was just more of like, they look good. So you're sitting back and that ball's moving. Clay hits 5 threes in the first half, just doesn't play in the second half because it's preseason. And that was his first preseason game. He didn't play in anything. So that was his first preseason game. And he just comes off, whops 5 threes and said,
who they have to practice against is wild now. Like, who these young guys practice against daily has made them take exponential steps of like how they see and think the game. Like when you're a really good team and you're beating the crap out of your bench, that doesn't make you better on a daily basis. But when you have to play against what everyone else in the league does, a rolling threat, like Wiseman's a rolling threat, Kuminga's an absolute athlete. Then you have Jordan Poole's a bucket and a half. And then you have guys who know just how to play basketball. You're going to be playing good basketball every single day. And that's what you're seeing in preseason. They don't know how to play bad basketball because they're like, well, if we make a turnover, that's 3 points when we play Steph and Clay. So,
Yeah.
oh, y'all don't play defense like we do. Oh, bucket, movement,
Well,
you know?
Think about first unit versus second unit in practice, or in, like you got Jordan Poole has to either guard Steph or Clay. You got Kuminga is guarding Wiggins or Clay, right? Like when you think about like that's who you're matched up with, and you grow very very quickly. So to see the growth that their young players have made, and then you add it to the big boys, ooh, ugh. It's gonna get interesting.
Scary. All right, the final one. MVP. Luka and Joel, both favorites, around 5-1. Giannis 6-1. KD and Jokic around 8-1. Can Nikola win 3 in a row? And then Tatum, Ja, and Steph all around 13-1. LeBron and Kawhi 20-1. Devin Booker 30-1.
Ooh, Devin Booker.
There's a handful.
I don't know if Luka's team's gonna win enough.
Yeah, I got them 6. 6 or 7.
Yeah, if that doesn't mean that they're not gonna like the last couple of years, these MVPs that have been given to Jokic, it's just I don't know. It's just when you look at these MVPs, typically they go to people in the top 4, top 3, number 1, number 2. Those are a lot of times typical. You get every once in a while, guys' numbers are so crazy. Like when Russ won and he averaged a triple double, right? And then he averaged a triple double a bunch more years and was really not considered for an MVP. It was just that first year they were like, oh, we haven't seen this in 50 years. This is yours. So I don't know. I don't know if Luka's going to win enough to put him in the top 2, 3 in the conference, because normal years, that's where you have to be to get the MVP.
Top 2, 3. Him and Joel are basically the top 2. That's crazy.
No, I'm saying top 2, 3 like teams. His team, MVP's a team award. Gotcha. MVP's a team award also.
Right. You were talking.
Okay, so who's MVP?
Clearly,
I think it's Giannis. I think we forget how fucking good he is, and like. Now that he has no attention on him, it makes him even more dangerous. Like everyone's talking about the Nets, or they're talking about Luka, they're talking about Denver, or they're talking about Philly, or the Lakers, or Kawhi's thighs. It's like
you say Kawhi's thighs.
Yeah, you got them triple C thick boys.
Oh, that like people love those memes.
It's so funny.
Okay, so wait, you guys have Giannis winning?
Yeah.
Channing?
Yeah, I'll go with Giannis. Why not?
Nikola do not see him winning.
I think he could. But I don't know. Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr. He'd have to. Their team would have to be like 1 or 2. If they finish 4 or 5, like that, you might get some voter fatigue there. You might get some voter fatigue.
You might.
Yeah, and I'm not a voter. I'm just saying based off of history.
Okay, so. Currently, LeBron is 1,325 points behind Kareem. Okay. Needs to average 16.2 points per game over 82 games to sit in that number 1 spot of points.
I did this last year. He needs 50 games.
Okay. Yes is currently 1 to 10 odds. 1,000 wins $100 in Vegas. A bet on no is 7-1. Will he get the record this season?
Oh, there's you can bet for this?
Yes, there is a bet. Money? I didn't want to say the question or the bet up front because you guys would have reacted and then you wouldn't have listened or heard anything else I said.
No, we didn't anyways.
So I was giving you 13-25 behind Kareem over 82 games. He has to average at least 16. Yes is currently 1 to 10. No is 7-1.
No, I'm betting the yes. How much would $1 million on yes bet get you?
Well, if 1,000 wins 100.
Oh, to make $1 million,
you would break the internet if you bet $1 million on LeBron James to get the scoring record this year.
Yeah, no, that I don't. So, he's.
So you guys are both saying yes. Okay, so isn't that weird? Isn't it weird though? Yeah. When you're asked to bet on it and then you guys are like, oh yes, he's getting it. And Channing's like, yeah, in 50 games. Then it's like, oh, go place a bet on it. And you're like, oh, that's kind of scary.
No, well, we're not gamblers. There's degenerate
No,
gamblers that have
we're
already
definitely
made
not
those
gamblers.
bets. That have already made
Gamblers
those bets.
Anonymous too. Is that what your name is?
Yeah,
in fantasy?
Gamblers Anonymous
Ooh,
too.
let's
That's
take
good.
this. Let's take this. Do
One
you
day
think
I'll
he
tell you
does
that
it
story,
before
Allie.
All-Star break?
What?
Do you think he does it before
Yes.
the All-Star break?
Yes.
Ooh.
He could be set up to
See?
do it. And I only know this because my birthday falls right there and it's in Brooklyn. But like there's a chance he could do it in Madison Square Garden. And it's like around like the 47 to like 53 game mark. And that's all at the end of January. And you know how he is, where he's very
He gonna have to
calculated.
start
He could probably
shaking.
figure out where he wants to do it.
There's only 3 places that he's gonna do it. It'd be like
Yeah.
Garden, Cleveland, maybe Miami if that
Lakers.
was the stop, or back in LA.
LA.
He preferably
Okay,
LA.
well, Cleveland is in November, so that's
So
out.
he's not gonna get that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would see the Garden, but I think if he's gonna do it in the Garden, he couldn't have missed many games and has to be like balling,
Balling.
right? Because it's on the earlier side, the Garden.
Yeah, it's at like it's like 49 games or 50 games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's really right there where Channing has him. Why did you
Okay.
do this last year, and why do you have him at 50?
Because I needed to schedule with Turner what day I'm taking off.
Oh, because you guys are gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
I would like to go.
wow.
Go see.
Do you think
go
it's
see
gonna
my
be sold
guy. Come
out?
on now.
As in, like,
I
no
don't
tickets
care.
available
We got
for you
media
guys?
Credentials. We got media credentials, bitches.
Turner.
It's like I'll be in there standing
you.
if I need to. I don't need a seat.
For sure.
I don't want to sit down next
Could
to
you
you
imagine
people
if
anyway.
any one of my teammates had that, like a big of
That's basketball
thing
history.
happening? Yeah,
Basketball history.
I'm
I don't
going
give a damn. I don't care
Kevin,
about LeBron. I don't care about
JR,
LeBron. If that
Do you
was
think
if
you
that
guys
was,
are gonna
if
go
that was
out and
Kevin
party
Durant,
after?
I'd be in there. What?
Do you think you'll go
Probably.
out and party after? Do you think LeBron will
I
play the
am.
next day?
I'll party for him.
I'm
Dude.
party. Yeah, we'll party together for him. We'll invite him. Hopefully, he texts us back. Hopefully,
Do
he
you guys
texts
get
us
him a
back.
gift?
No,
Yeah,
our
us.
presence. Our presence. That's the gift. What do you mean? We're gonna take days off of work to go fly, possibly like New York or some other town that he could be, to watch him like do something. It's like that's a meaningful man gift.
Thank you.
Do you guys like wear his
Fine.
jersey?
What?
Oh,
Fuck no.
come on now.
Ellie, no.
Come on.
What is
now.
your guys' take on wearing as a grown man, wearing another man's name on your back for like a
That's
sporting
fine.
event?
Is he retiring?
No.
Who?
Would you classify retiring bigger than this moment?
No.
I would like his last game.
Yeah, I'd rock a LeBron jersey for his last game.
Last
Come on.
game. I'm not
last
probably, but
game, and I'm
I'll rock some
drinking heavily.
bronze shoes. I'll rock some
Oh,
bronze
yeah.
shoes. I got shout out.
That you
His
make
new
him
shoes
send
are
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Like,
Oh, I do got them new ones too.
Channing's the first one. Channing's always the first one. Yo,
Always.
do y'all make those new bronze 20s in a size 20?
18s, motherfucker.
And then next thing you know, we all have boxes of shoes. So appreciate you, Channing.
We appreciate. Hey, listen, closed mouths don't
Channing,
get
I'm a size
fed.
11. Oh yeah,
And men's?
open mouths also get fed a lot of bullshit. Can you? Yeah,
Oh.
no, women.
I thought you were about
That's
to,
a good one, huh?
I thought you were about to say something else. Yeah.
Having said that, did you guys see his commercial for his shoes? And did he actually squat out of the water? Some people think that was edited.
For
Yeah, it
sure,
was
that's
edited.
edited. You know how
That's
hard that
edited.
is,
Oh, it's the
Yes,
shallow
it's-
end.
Allie.
No,
Do you
no,
know how
no.
hard that is to jump out of water
He
It's
can do it.
crazy.
I'm not saying that he is not capable of doing.
in
But
clothes?
do you know what would happen if you messed it up?
Boop, tearing them shins
You know,
up.
you know what
Shin.
your shins would
Yeah,
look
I'm
like? Do you
saying.
know what your knees would look like? Do you think that Nike was going to risk those 38-year-old knees on jumping out of water? Like,
They were like, "All right, LeBron, jump in." They were like, "Fake LeBron with hops. Come on,
CGI.
CGI."
And for people that don't believe
Um,
it, go back and look back at when Kobe jumped over the Aston Martin. Similar
That was fake.
effects.
That was fake. All right, before we wrap this thing up, is there anything else that you guys want to, anything you're looking forward to, anything that you're sleeping on for this season, anything we need to be watching? This is where you could have put it on your
Webinyama.
before the tip. Before,
Webinyama.
besides freaking Webby Watch.
The Webby
Okay,
watch.
so I got 3. Are the bu-
Jesus.
I got three. One is, are the Boston Celtics going to respect this new coach as much as they did Ime?
Okay.
Right? Because we talked
One.
about that. So what happens? One. Two, the Pelicans are going to be in Big Herb Jones and that team.
Herb.
I think Brandon Ingram's going to have a breakout year. If Zion can give the team 50 games, Valanciunas was averaging 14 and 12 for most of the season last year. So he was doing good. And then they have CJ, just signed Larry. It's a really fucking good team. And then number three, I want to see, this is weird, but I want to see what happens with the Wizards. Like, what the hell is going on over there? Like, Bradley Beal, he could do so much for a bigger team.
No.
I want to see, like, what they're doing with that. Like,
our expectations of Bradley Beal are not his responsibility. He's going to take all of the money. He's like, I don't even, like, I want to see Bradley Beal play more. That's me selfishly.
Yeah, totally. Same here.
I want to see him play more, but his team is trash. He keeps signing with the team. Understandably, he's taking all the money, which he should. But it is tough to see a very, very good, borderline great player really not play very meaningful games over the course of his entire NBA career. And
I want to see him on a big stage.
Yeah, like I can never tell you how good Bradley Beal was. I know how talented he is. I know that man can score and this, but like to me, good is performing in peak performance moments, right? Like going on playoff runs, hitting a big shot in the play. Like for him to be in the prime of his career there, and I just
How
don't.
much money is Bradley Beal making?
300 million, fucking 200. Like he
just re-signed, right?
Yeah, he just re-signed.
Yeah. Okay.
And they had some good years with John Wall. They had some good years with John Wall where it looked like they were going to ascend and keep climbing. They couldn't get over the hump, but you kind of believed. And then once John got hurt, at that point in time, they became completely irrelevant. Mm-hmm. And it's just,
who do you think has a better record this year? The Hornets or the Portland Trailblazers?
Oh, the Hornets. The Trailblazers don't look. The Trailblazers.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That'll do it.
You guys are awesome. We miss you guys. You guys have a great day. Season's starting.